The picture we're about to see was beautifully written. In fact, it was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay, but when it was released, no screenwriter was listed on the credits. Michael Wilson did the work, but he didn't get the credit because when he was called before the House Un-American Activities Committee, he pleaded the Fifth Amendment, and he wouldn't name names. He continued to write after he was blacklisted, but his name never appeared on the screen. Now, the movie we're about to see is about a man with strong personal beliefs, forced into doing something that he believes is really wrong. Making a movie about a nonviolent people in a violent world was not a usual practice back in those days, and Gary Cooper wasn't really sure that he could play the central character, the way it was written anyway. What he wanted was more action added to the film. John Huston argued that this man would never really be tempted to violence, and that's the way the story stayed. Here's Gary Cooper, a different kind of Gary Cooper, Dorothy McGuire in Friendly Persuasion. That was Anthony Perkins as Gary Cooper's son. He thought his character would have a lot of his father's mannerisms. So what he did is follow Gary Cooper every place he went. He imitated the way he walked, the way he gestured, even the way he talked. You might have noticed a similarity. I did. Did you notice that even the goose in this movie got a credit at the end? William Wyler came up with the name of Samantha, but it really wasn't one goose that played the part, if I can let the cat out of the bag, or the goose, or whatever. It was really a gaggle of geese. When they needed a particular goose to do a particular trick, they would bring in all the geese, and they would roll the cameras, and the birds would be set off one at a time, and whichever one hit the right piece of business, that was the take that was printed. Wyler knew people wouldn't be all that impressed with the real story, so he made up the story about this talented Samantha, and he gave her all the credit. Now let's look at this.